turbo. Okay. This is the, let me write it down.
Do you mind if I send this to Kevin as well?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay. Beautiful diagram, I know. So we have a P0046 with the GMC. Now the General Motors diagnostic pinpoint test, what it's pretty much telling us is that there is a difference between what it wants to see, desired, and what the actual reading is. So here's our turbo, and we have a vacuum rod here with a boost pressure sensor position. So it registers the position of the arm so that the computer knows where the turbo is actually at. Okay, now the way this vacuum rod, it goes up and down, it's like a link. The way that works is it uses a vacuum solenoid to provide a vacuum signal all the way here to actuate the arm up and down. Okay, so when I command it on with the computer, I have no vacuum signal here. So the pinpoint test has me go back to the solenoid, and it wants me to check, do I have full engine vacuum? Because that's where it gets its source from. It needs to get a good vacuum supply, which we absolutely have here. It's a pain in the butt to check, but we had it. On the other side, the signal side, to the turbo, we have nothing really coming out, just a very small, minute fluttering. So we perform computer checks. We have a voltage signal and a ground signal here when we back probe it, and when we lab scope it, we can see it turning on and off, on and off, on and off. So it has a signal. So what we ended up doing was, on a whim, we replaced the vacuum solenoid, put a new one in, and we still have the same problem with the same concern. So I'm thinking either A, we got a bad one, or B, we might have a computer problem. Additionally, we have a video of an image where we removed a sensor and back probed the turbo itself so that we could get a look at the backside, and the shaft has excessive play in and out. So what do we know so far? One, we know for sure we have shaft play within the turbo itself, which is not good. But that still doesn't give me the reason as to why the turbo itself is not receiving the right signal. So we could, in theory, I believe, change this turbo out, but we're still going to have a signal problem with the vacuum supply because it's just not actuating, it's not turning on. It's possible that the turbo and the computer kind of sees a correlation and it shuts it off. Very possible. But I am overriding it with my computer to send the signal, and there's nothing coming out. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead and warranty it with a brand new one from General Motors, and we're going to see if perhaps the vacuum solenoid boost pressure control was defective from the factory. You never know. The acronym for new is never ever worked. So it's possible somebody dropped it and it stopped working. However, if that's not the case, again, we know we have an issue with the shaft on the turbo itself, and perhaps we also may have a bad driver within the PCM itself. Very rare for us to condemn a PCM, but we know the circuit's fine. We know that the vacuum hoses to the turbo are fine. So it's either going to be this here, turbo, or computer as a last resort. Again, for sure we have shaft play. For sure we don't have a signal. We do have some control, but what's hard about diagnosing a computer is the book doesn't tell me what type of inputs and signals to look for. The information's limited, so that's kind of where we're at. I don't think it's a computer just yet, but for sure we're going to warranty, try this if we need to, and then we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But hope that helps.